Hey, what's up you guys, it is Forge here and welcome back to our AE2 mod review series, and we are back with part 2 where we are going to be looking how to upgrade your AE2 system or ME system. So yeah, let's jump right into the video. Oh yeah guys, and also if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell and leave a comment down below on what other mods you'd like to see me review. And yeah, all of that is appreciated, so let's get into the video now. Okay guys, so first things first, I showed you how to make 1K storage drives over here last time. Well, today, first things first, we are going to be looking at how we upgrade these. And this is pretty simply done. You have they go up in 4s basically, so 4K, 16K and 64K. So we're going to make a storage component, 4K storage component. That's what I wanted to say. So this takes 3 1K storage components and 2 iron ingots, quartz glass, a calculation processor and 2 redstone. You get yourself a 4K storage component. And then to get this 4K storage cell, which holds 4096 items, but only 63 types, and that's the same throughout all of these, so you've got to obviously work out the trade-off. Like, do you want to get a big cell but it can only hold 63 types? That's your choice really. And you can do this by combining the 4K storage component with the storage housing, like so, or you can craft it like that with the 3 iron, like I showed you with the 1K. If you guys haven't checked out my first A2 review, I definitely recommend you do that before you watch this one, just because I'm going to be referring to the videos. So yeah, the next one is the 16K. This is made with 3 4K. And 4 glowstone dust, a quartz glass, and an engineering processor, which is the diamond one. And this will give you a 16K. This works the same as crafting it into a storage cell as the 4K. And same with the 64K. This is made with 3 16K storage components, and then 4 glowstone, 1 quartz glass, and an engineering processor, and you get yourself a 64K storage cell, which holds 65,536 items. So yes, that is how you upgrade these, and each one of these obviously sits in the ME drive or chest, and obviously you cannot tell any difference in them when they're on or off basically. So yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next chest. The first thing you're going to want to do when you're upgrading your system is get some energy cells in it, because you're going to need to store some backup power for all these operations you're going to be doing and all these things you're going to have working in your system. So the basic energy cell is made with 4 fluix dust, 4 Certus quartz or charged Certus quartz, and 1 quartz glass, and you get 1 of these energy cells. And then a dense energy cell is made with 8 of these energy cells, the basic ones, and a calculation processor. And these are a lot better, space efficiency, etc, etc. And these will store power within your system just to have a backup. As you can see, I think I had, that's not working now, but yeah, I had a backup. I had a generator on here before just to test something out, and it had a backup of about 5 minutes power in there, I think, just from leaving the generator on for like 2 minutes. But yeah, so the next thing we have is the MEIO port. Now this is made with 3 glass, 2 iron, and a logic processor, plus an ME glass cable and 2 drives. And this guy's pretty cool. If I just grab myself a drive, and then if I grab myself some of these dudes, these 4Ks will grab. So we'll chuck a drive here and we'll put this 4K storage cell. We're also going to need to power this guy, so let me just jump over here. Coal will do, whatever. So yeah, you can power obviously these guys as well, and they just connect up to the system. So yeah, that's going up, and that guy will probably start going up after. But yeah, we're going to keep this guy powered throughout the whole thing, I think. But yeah, now it's on. Okay, so let's grab like 6-foot oak stairs. So now that's in this cell. Yeah, we can see 1 of 63 types, 40 bytes taken up. Okay, so we're going to take that guy out and put this guy in. There's nothing in there, as you can see. Now, if I chuck this guy into the IO port, it'll empty it and put it onto this drive. And then if I wanted to transfer all the stuff back, I just right-click this arrow and it'll move all of the stuff from here. Yeah, I have to move it over to here and it'll move all the stuff back in. And also for this setup, for the IO port, I mean, the bottom and the top are inputs and all of the sides are outputs. So if you wanted to automate this, say, yeah, that's how you would do that. I'm also probably going to need some more, I can't think of the word, it doesn't matter. Okay, so the next thing we have is the ME interface. This is a pretty cool block and it's very much crafted quite a bit. This is made with an Annihilation core and a Formation core. I showed you how to craft that last video. 4 iron ingots and 2 glass. And this is the ME interface you get here. And this looks like this. Okay, so you can use this to send out items. If I grab a hopper and stick it underneath, I guess. So if I wanted to like send items that way into the hopper, I could chuck in, I'd need some cells for that though, because I am smart. Okay, let's chuck that in. We'll stick 64 hoppers in there. If I want, say I wanted to output hoppers, then it would move them all into this this hopper here, I guess. But yeah, if I get rid of that, then it'll stop moving them. And yeah, I have some of the hoppers here, some of the hoppers there. And then also you can use this to input items into the system. So it's gone into the... Did it come out of there? Yeah, it came out of there. Okay. So if I get rid of this, like so, and chuck this in there, it should head into the system through the item interface. Obviously, if you have a hopper underneath it, then it will not work, apparently. But yeah, that's basically what the ME interface. It's also used for auto crafting a bit later on, but I'll show you guys that after. Also, you can block the contents of the target inventory. Do not push crafted items if the inventories contain items, etc. And you can also choose whether to hide or show the interface in the interface terminal, which I will show you in a different video. I believe it's not in this one. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Okay guys, so let's move on to the next chest. And the first thing we have is the storage bus. This guy is crafted with an ME interface, which we just looked at, a sticky piston and a normal piston. And if I go ahead and connect this guy up to the system just by placing it on any form of chest, and then say I wanted to put the ME cable in here, then you'll see the ME cable is in here. If I take it out and put it back in though, oh, it goes back in here because it seems to have a higher priority. But yeah, with this little bar as well as this one, you can change the priority of the thing. So if you want the thing to go, if you want the item to go, say I had this output into a hopper, this interface, and I also had it stored into a chest, whichever one has the higher priority. So if this was 1,000, then that would end up in the hopper, but obviously I haven't got a hopper underneath it because I am smart. Let's show this off. Okay, so this should come out and go into the hopper, if I'm correct, but I'm not correct. If I set this priority low... Oh, I'm chucking it in here. Yeah, that's not how that works, because I'm stupid. I know how it works, I promise. But yeah, if I have this minus 1,000 and this drive priority is 0, if I chuck it into here, it will go onto the drive and not into the chest. But if I upgrade this priority to plus 1,000, take it out and put it back in, then it'll be in this skystone chest, and that is how the storage drawer works. Also, you can partition storage, so you can partition items. So if I wanted just ME glass fluix cable to go in here, even though the priority is 1,000 in here, if I take out these hoppers, they will not end up in this chest because I've got a filter of only those coming in. Also, I can make it just an extract, so it'll extract the guy. You can only extract the thing from it, so it doesn't actually go back in, and I can make it so it's only insert, so you can't actually pull it out of the system. Now it's disappeared from the system, and then obviously bidirectional means you can do both. And yeah, you can also change all of this if you want, and clear the config if you want as well. So that is how the whole priorities and storage bus works. Let's go ahead and move on to the ME export bus, and this is 2 iron ingots, 1 formation core and 1 piston, and I'll give you an export bus if I go ahead and connect this guy up like I do before. So to place these guys, actually I think I should show this off. Actually, you shift or right click on the chest you want to, or you can just right click on the floor, but obviously that's not going to go into anything. Then you just place the cable in the block that it is, And say I wanted to extract coal into this chest here. If I chuck 64 coal ore, you'll see it starts to move up, move the coal out, and at first it kind of goes slow, but then it like warms up kind of and starts going faster and faster, but it's obviously limited, and you can also upgrade that as well. And I'm just gonna change the time to 0 like so. But yeah, okay, I think that's about everything on the export bus. Obviously I'll go over what these slots do later on. Okay, so the next thing we have is the ME import bus, and this is made with 2 iron ingots, 1 sticky piston, and 1 annihilation core. And this guy goes on like this, and this works the same, but you can import into the system. So say I wanted, you don't really have to specify, you can import anything into the system really. So you can see there's interfaces going in, and there's coal going out of the system, which is pretty cool. So you can move things in and out of your system now. And finally, we have the ME level emitter. This is made with a redstone torch and a calculation processor. This guy's kind of very awkward to place, so that's not what I wanted at all. So yeah, if I didn't get the import bus at all. But yeah, if I wanted to place this guy like that, yeah, these guys are very awkward to place, as you can see. So yeah, and then you'd have to connect it up like so. And yeah, so if I come into here and put, say, a block of quartz here, and if I say there are 10 blocks of quartz in here, emit when levels are above or equal to limit. So say I put some quartz in this chest, like so, it'll start exporting it. And then when I get to 10 in the system, this should turn on. And you can change this, obviously, I'll show you in a minute, but I just want to show you how it works. So there you go, it's turned on now, no more. Oh, that's not how that's going to work. Okay, so we're going to have to come back to this level emitter in a second, actually. So I just placed it there now, guys, and you guys are going to have to wait to find out what it does, because I have to show you something else first. Okay, quickly, before we do that, I'm just going to show you these things. I didn't really think about the order of that then, I'll be honest with you guys, I do apologize. First thing we have is the toggle bus, and this is very useful for the crystal growth accelerators, because it means you can turn off the network connected to it. So I have, to craft the toggle bus, it's 2 ME glass cable, a lever, and 2 redstone. And then you can craft an inverted one, which is obviously the inverted version of the bus, and this is just done by putting a toggle bus in your inventory. If I connect these 2 guys up, I'm hoping I have enough channels. Yeah, I need to get some more controllers, to be honest with you guys. Controller. Let's just stick this guy here. And yeah, these should both have channels now. Okay, so let's set these guys to priority of 2000, as I've shown off before. So we have some glowstone dust in this one and glowstone dust in this one. So as you can tell, we only have 64 glowstone dust now, and that is probably coming from that one, I'm guessing, because yeah. So this one's offline, now this one is online. So this one's online and this one is offline because we have the bus turned off. If I flick this switch, then it will turn the channel on, and we'll be able to see 128 glowstone in the system. This is the non-inverted one, by the way, guys. And yeah, this basically turns off like everything this side of the wire, basically. So now it is on, now it is off. This is turned off. And same with the inverted one, but obviously it is inverted like that, and it's now offline, and so is this one. If I flick this switch on, this one's online, this one's offline. So yeah, that's how those work. They just turn the like wire on that side on and off, and that's why it's very useful for these, because you can obviously connect these guys up, and these guys take a bunch of power. So if we get a toggle bus like so, if I grab one of these guys and go like, you go there, and then I'll connect you up, then this guy is offline. But then if I grab a lever and we flick it on, we can turn this guy on, just this one though, because like obviously that's the only one that's connected. So yeah, that's useful for that as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to the Certus Quartz Wrench, which is just made with 5 Certus Quartz. And I'm not 100% sure what this guy does. I think it's just for breaking wires. Yeah, it's just for popping wires off, really. You can't really do much else with it. It's just for breaking wires in AE2. But it can be used to be upgraded to the Network tool, which is an illuminated panel chest calculation processor and a Certus Quartz, or you can get a Quartz Wrench as well, I believe. And if I come over here and click this guy, it shows the network details, so how much power is stored in it, the max power, and what devices are in the system, so I can tell how many channels I have left, etc. And it does this on everything AE2 here. So yeah, that's pretty useful if you guys want to see what's in your system, etc. I'm just going to empty my inventory now, so let's go ahead and move on, guys. Okay, guys, so we're going to quickly skip over that chest for a second, just because I want to show you guys now these cards, and that's because I started showing you the level emitter. So, first things first, you're going to need is a basic and advanced card, and you need quite a few of these probably if you want to use them. And for the basic card, it's a calculation processor, 2 gold ingots, 1 redstone, and 3 iron. You get 2 basic cards. For the advanced card, it's 2 diamonds, 1 redstone, 3 iron, and a calculation processor, and you get an advanced card. Now these cards can be crafted into all sorts of different things, and the first one we have is a capacity card. This is crafted with a basic card and a Certus Quartz crystal, or charged Certus Quartz. And if I come over to the export bus here, I can chuck that guy in here and it opens up another 4 slots. And then if I chuck another one in, these guys don't stack, by the way, it'll open up all the slots. So say I wanted to export lime glass as well, and I wanted to import orange wool and some coal as well, not coal anymore. And yeah, oh, is this, yeah, this is the export bus. Oh, is the system up? I'm confused why this isn't exporting then. Oh, yes, that should be on, I think. This should be, oh, it's an export bus. I'm smart. Okay, we're gonna take these out of here. I'm very smart, by the way, guys, just in case you didn't know. So we're going to go into the import bus, which imports into the system, believe it or not. And we're going to add just these 2 guys. Actually, no. I was doing it the right way. I was just doing the wrong thing. So if we stick these in here and we want to export these 2 guys, and we chuck these into the system, it's going to start exporting. I didn't configure them. I'm out of power as well now. Doing well here, guys. I do apologize. Oh, it copies the MBT data as well. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. So if I grab these guys, go into here, configure this, and then we just do export using round robin, so it'll take a few out. It'll start exporting these guys into here, and we'll see some orange wool and limestone glass. You can do more than 1 item at once, and we can do some stairs as well if we want. Can do up to 9 items exporting at once. Same with the import bus, although you can just import out of a chest unless you want to filter what comes out. And that is the capacity card. The next thing we have is the fuzzy card. And yeah, this guy does, sorry about that, guys, just the recording cut out. Okay, so the fuzzy card basically works using MBT data. So if I wanted to import things, then I can be like match any split damage, 99%, 75, blah blah blah. So if I had a sword with full MBT data, I'm going to grab a wooden sword and another wooden sword, and I have no idea how I'm going to damage this, but you know. I'm trying to think of something that, one sec, guys, let me just damage the sword real quick. Okay, guys, so I did some damage to this sword, just fought some zombies real quick. But yeah, if I stick this guy in here and split at like 99%, if I do this guy will stay in, but that guy will import basically. And this can be used on, well, multiple things. It can be used on the formation plane and import-export bus, level emitter, storage bus, storage cells, mat cannon, and view cell. And yeah, if I go like split damage 25%, let's say, I still think this sword is 25% dead, to be honest with you, but still. Yeah, so that guy's still not going to move because he's less than 25% dead. And yeah, if I go match any, then obviously it'll take that sword into the system. So that's how the fuzzy card works. The next thing we have is the inverter card, and this is crafted with an advanced. Oh, I didn't show you how to craft fuzzy card. It's made with advanced card and white wool. The inverter card's made with advanced card and redstone torch, and this obviously inverts the signal coming into the system. So if I, what's this used on, say, a storage bus, shall we? What would this do? Okay, so this guy basically, it inverts this list. So basically the Fluix cable would not be stored in there. Say I chucked like a interface in there. Even though this is priority 1000, that wouldn't go into that. But if I took out these hoppers, they would not end up in there because I'm stupid and have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, basically this inverts the whitelist, so this now becomes the blacklist, basically. So these things can't go into there. And this works on the formation plane, storage bus, storage cells, matter cannon, and view cell. So yeah, basically if you had like in a drive, if you wanted, or well, in a storage cell, basically if you didn't want to see like a certain item to go into there, then you can turn that off. But I'm going to show you guys how to do that after. The next thing we have is the redstone card, and this is the one I needed to show you. This is the basic card and redstone torch to craft this guy, and this guy goes in a guy like this, and you can be like active without signal, active with signal. So currently this is giving out a signal because there are greater than 10 quartz blocks. Right now it's not though. So if I chuck quartz blocks in there, then it should start taking out the quartz blocks. It also has a fuzzy comparison, so split damage as well. Oh, that's because I have a fuzzy card in it. But yeah, this is active with redstone signal. Oh, active without I wanted. So this is active without redstone signal, so it should start importing these blocks of quartz. And yeah, until it gets down to 54. Anyway, so we are on 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, and now this turns on. Okay, it went one over, but still, it's pretty good. And yeah, it stops any more from being transported because this is active without redstone signal, and this is giving out a redstone signal. And you can also change this to emit when the limits are below, and this to active with signal, so it turns off the other way. But yeah, that's. And you can have always active as well, or you can have once per pulse if you want a pulse to come in. Active without signal, emit with blah blah blah. You can change this to energy, so you can see how much energy the system has. And not fluid right now, but you know. Okay, so the next thing we have, and the best thing we have, is the acceleration card. This is made with an advanced card and a Fluix dust. And you're going to want a few of these guys because these guys help a lot. So say I wanted to export all of these things very quickly though. So let's just say I wanted to do orange wool, but very quickly. So let's chuck orange wool in here, and it takes a minute to warm up like I said earlier, but it's gone because it's quick and it makes things a lot faster. So if I chuck some of these guys in here as well, and we just change this setting a little bit, it should just start rapidly exporting them, and it doesn't make it faster, it just exports more stacks basically. And that's about all there is on the cards and what they do. Okay guys, the next things we have is the ME storage monitor. So if I go ahead and connect up the system, you know, like you do, I don't know why that guy's there. And yeah, this is crafted with an illuminated panel and a level emitter. And I believe if I wanted to see how much of something is in the system, so if I configure it to be like this, we can see how much glowstone is in the system. So as you can see, there's 64 in it right now. And if I chuck that in, it'll say 128. So these are pretty cool if you just want to see how much of something's in the system. Also with a network tool, you can not do that because it's a different thing you have to do. But yeah, let me reconfigure it with glowstone because we were using that example. So yeah, let's chuck the glowstone in there. So there's 120 in the system. And if you, I don't really want to know. Gosh, there's a way to lock it, and I literally can't remember. But yeah, and then you can upgrade that to be the ME conversion monitor. This is with a storage monitor and formation and Annihilation core and this guy here. So if I want to see how much glowstone was in it, and you can lock this guy, I believe, with this guy somehow. Oh gosh, let me go look this up. Okay guys, so I can't really get this guy to work like I want it to, but basically you should be able to shift right click to insert items into the system. Okay, so I did that. I inserted items into the system, but I don't think it's supposed to clear out what you have in it. So there's 255 glowstone in there right now. And also you're supposed to be able to lock and unlock it with this thing, but this thing just keeps popping them off for some reason. So yeah, it's not really working like it says it should, unless I'm doing something wrong, in which case correct me. Okay guys, so next we're going to be looking at upgrading our cables, etc, etc, and first one we have is ME covered cable. Now this can hold no more channels than the normal cable. It's just a more static version of the glass fiber cable. You can color it like the other one, so if I could uses, you can have orange, blah blah blah, but you craft this with glass fluix cable and white wool, and this gives you a covered cable like so, and that looks like that basically. The next one we have is the dense covered cable, and this is crafted like so with 4 of these covered cable, and these guys are a bit better because they can hold up to 64 channels, which is very cool per cable. No, not 64, 32 channels, I'm sorry. 32 channels per cable, so if you're coming out of one of these controllers and you can come out of here, you can hold 32 channels as opposed to 8 channels. So that is a much better cable. Also you can get these smart cables, and this is done with crafting redstone and with glowstone, and this basically shows you how many channels it can support and how many channels it's been holding. So if I come over to here and I come out of here, we can see it is using no channels right now because I'm stupid. If I come out of here, we can see that I'm using 4 of the 8 channels I have available to me, like so. So it tells me here, and these guys pretty cool for telling me that. So 1, 2, 3, and I think this counts as a channel as well. And then we have the dense smart cable, which holds up to 32 channels. If I chuck it here, you can see 0 of 32 channels. If I chuck it over here, we have 2 of 32 channels. Yeah, because those 2 count as a channel. They're just updated, so 4 of 32 channels there as well. So that's pretty cool there. That's the better cables in the mod, and obviously the dense one's made with a dense cable and 2 redstone and glowstone, and these are very useful, so you can tell how many channels you have. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Also, I just want to connect up my system, so I'm just going to run some of these across to here. That doesn't need to be there. But yeah, now we have 32 channels running across here, hopefully. But yeah, next thing we have is the cable facade, and I missed something somewhere with an explanation. Oh yeah, in this chest over here it must be. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back over to here real quick just because I've got to show you these things. So this is the quartz cutting knife. This is made with a stick, Certus quartz, or I believe nether quartz as well can be used, or is it just charged? You can use charged as well, and an iron ingot. And this has no real use other than crafting, and this is used to craft these cable anchors, which is an iron ingot and the quartz cutting knife. And basically you can use these guys here and the cables won't connect, which is pretty useful. So that's how you stop cables from connecting to each other. Okay, and that's also how you craft cable anchors. So if I come over to here and I look at these cable facades, this takes a block of some form, not all blocks compatible, but most are, and 4 cable anchors. And if I grab these facades, I can cover up this cable to make it look like blocks of quartz. Doesn't work so well with connected texture blocks, but that's just life. Also, if you shift right click over a panel or one of these guys, I think over these guys it works as well. So if I do that, I don't know if you can cover those actually. I know you can cover that, you can cover that, and also the cables go through them, so it's got a pretty cool look. You can do it over these guys as well, so you can make them look like quartz. You can completely cover this cable up if you wanted to. But yeah, if I just go ahead and connect these up, so there you go, 2 of 32 channels. I'm just going to connect those up. So the first one is the Annihilation Plane. This is made with 3 fluix like so, 2 iron and an Annihilation core. This can also be crafted that way as well. And if you place some form of item, it will break it, and it's connected to the system, it'll break it. and go into the system like so. So as you can see, we have some smart cable. You can also throw things into the system like so. So if you wanted to drop things in, then yeah. And yeah, there's no configuration for this guy. It's just basically breaks things that you put in front of it like so, or like picks them up within the block. No, actually I think they have to go directly into the plane. This, but yeah, it can also break them and go straight in. And then on the opposite side we have the formation plane, and this guy can has a priority which you can set as high as you like, etc. And if I go like I want to place down a cable, and I go priority 1000, I think it should place a cable out of my system, hopefully. Yeah, oh no, I have to go like this and drop it in, and and yeah, you can change it to block drop as item or place the block. Actually, not on a higher priority than the chest. Okay, let's set it even higher. And if I chuck this guy into there, so anything entering the system basically, yeah, comes back out. So if I place this as place the block, it should place this block. If I go chuck in the smooth sandstone, it should at least place one of them. And if I do it as block placement and just chuck the item out, I mean, so it should drop them all out like so. Okay, that's how it works, yeah. Okay guys, again, this doesn't seem to be working like the wiki suggests, so it's actually not on a higher priority than the chest. Okay, let's set it even higher. And if I chuck this guy into there, so anything entering the system basically, yeah, comes back out. So if I place this as place the block, it should place this block. If I go chuck in the smooth sandstone, it should at least place one of them. And if I do it as block placement and just chuck the item out, I mean, so it should drop them all out like so. Okay, that's how it works, yeah. And the formation plane is crafted with the fluorix crystal and 2 iron and a formation core this time instead of an annihilation core. Okay guys, so the next thing we have is the cell workbench. This is crafted with 2 white wool, 1 calculation processor, 5 iron and a chest. And this guy basically works like so. So you can stick in a 1K storage cell, and I only want the music disc 13 to go into the storage cell, or shulker shells. So yeah, if I grab the music disc 13 and shulker shells, if I grab a bunch of those, let's just do shulker shells actually. Okay, so we've partitioned that, and yeah, bloody blah. We can also stick some cards in if we want, like the inverted cards, so shulker shells can't go in, or the fuzzy cards, so only things of certain MBT go in. And yeah, this is partition now included, blah. So say I have a full system of this many items, this drive is completely full, I can chuck in shulker shells and this guy will go up. But if I grab like a fluix block, which I haven't got in the system, it will not go onto this guy but into this fluix thing, even though this priority is 1000 and this priority is 5000. And yeah, so if I take that out, yeah, obviously that works. But if I chuck in some ME controllers, again, those will go over to here. Just because I partitioned it only takes shulker shells. So it's good if you want to store a certain amount of things in certain cells, etc. If you have a lot of something. So that's where the 64K cells do come in kind of useful. Okay guys, the next thing we have is the view cell. This is made with a ME storage housing and a Certus quartz crystal. And this guy can also be partitioned, and I'm pretty sure that's what the point of it is. So say I chuck this in here, it'll show me nothing in the terminal even though there's stuff in the system. If I go ahead and chuck this guy in here and say I want to see, for example, just cobblestone. That's not cobblestone. That's cobblestone. So I just want to see cobblestone in this particular terminal. So it wouldn't affect any other terminal. If I chuck this in like so, then I only see cobblestone in my system. Say I didn't want to see cobblestone in my system, for example, we would grab one of these cards over here, the inverter cards, like this, that invert the settings of it, and chuck that into there and bring this guy out. And I believe this is how it works, and you put this guy here and throw it apparently. But yeah, go like that, and we can no longer see cobblestone in my system. But now if I take it out, we can. This is a pretty nifty item if you got, say, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something you'd have, like, say you have compacting drawers using storage drawers. You could just not have the nuggets go into the. You could just have not the nuggets showing, you know, just to make your life a bit easier so you don't have millions of them. Okay guys, so moving on, we are going to be looking at the portable cell because I think the P2P tunnel is a bit complicated just to explain in this video, and I think it's going to need a whole video devoted just to it. So basically, the portable cell is an ME cell, portable basically, and yeah, this is crafted with an ME chest, ME 1K storage component, and an energy cell. This thing needs to be charged in the system, which I don't actually know how you do. But yeah, you can chuck this guy in here if I take all of this out and I want to add some items into it. So it's got 32 of 512 bytes, and then I'll throw these guys back in. So yeah, I need to work out how to power this guy next. Cell. I'm running out of power as well, so that's the thing that's happening. There you go. There must be some form of charger. You probably use this charger, I'm guessing. Yes, you do. And I think this thing takes a lot more power than I'm producing right now. But yeah, if I open this up, yeah, we've got some portable things, and obviously it loses power as you use it. But yeah, it's kind of like a portable backpack type thing, which you can throw stuff into, I'm guessing, if you want to, and you can also just chuck it into your system then after, or you could chuck it into the IO port, I guess, and empty it completely for your next adventure. So it's kind of like a backpack that uses power, and you charge it in the charger of like the one over here, obviously. And yeah, I think that's everything apart from the P2P, but I think I'm going to devote a whole video to that because I didn't realize how quite big it was. And yeah, so yeah. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video that I put out, and also make sure to come back for part 3 of the AE2 explanation, where we will be working on auto crafting, I do believe, but I have to set that up first. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.